Hey guys, right, I'm here to do 10 tips on how to fight and work through depression. I suffer from depression for over 10 years now. Maybe when I was about 11, that was when I started getting affected by my depression, I guess you could say. A lot happened when I was 11. Since then, I've learned a lot. It's been a long time coming. I mean, 15 plus years of depression. It wasn't until I hit my lowest point. Pretty much I had a rough year from 17 to 18. High school wasn't good for me. It was very bad, actually. Through all those years, I learned a lot, learned how to cope with things. I love writing poetry. Writing, period, has always been one of my big things. And I always say that I'm gonna publish a book of my poetry, but I guess I'm just nervous to put things out there. So one day I do hope that I can get that out there so that other people can read it, and maybe it can help other people get through some things too. I love my poetry. I love the things that I've written, and it has helped me grow into the woman that I am today, and it's helped me get through a lot of pain, heartache, just depression, anxiety, all of it. Let's get into it. So one tip that I have is to talk to God. That is pretty much the only person that can turn your situation around. The only person that can make a positive out of a negative. I mean, you can, but with the help of God. Talk to God. He will help you. He will deliver you. Even when you think he's not listening, or you think he doesn't hear you, or he's not gonna help you, or you like, you know what, ain't no God, because he not even trying to hear me. I'm still in this mess. There is a purpose for everything that you go through. And most of the time, whatever you're going through is gonna help mold you into a better you. A lot of people struggle with things that, you know, sometimes they can't get out of themselves, and that's why there is help. And that's why it is very smart for you to seek counseling, therapy of some type, any type, honestly. And it's important that you find the right person. You find that person that is for you, whether it's a friend, a therapist, a counselor, someone at church, a church counselor, whatever the case may be. There is help out there. Don't just settle for whatever and somebody telling you negative stuff, because some people just do it for a paycheck. You don't want that person. You want the person that does it because they really have your best interest at heart. It's hard to find those. Number 2, have a person. Therapist, friend, mom, dad, cousin, aunt, uncle, grandparent, whoever you feel the most comfortable talking to about your personal business, and they're not judgmental in any way, or they don't make you feel like doing that last little thing that can end it all. You don't ever want to. That person is not your person. The person that is your person is the one that's going to help you see, in whatever way they can, help you see, like, that is not the way to go. I got you. You are going to get through this. It is not going to be forever. This is only temporary. Number 3, it is only temporary. This will not last forever. It will not last in eternity. There will be a better day. Even if it's just one day in between your sorrows and your pain and the things that you're going through. Like I said in another video, your happiness does not come from people and things. It comes from God. Seek his happiness, seek his joy, seek his peace, and he will give it to you. But you have to ask. You have to talk to God. That's all he asks for you. That's all he's asking in return, is for a relationship with you. He wants to be close to you. He wants you to choose him. He wants you to, just like a parent. Your parents want you to talk to them. You may be uncomfortable talking to them. You may not want to talk to them, I don't know, for whatever reason, but he's like your father. He wants you to talk to him. He will make you feel better. He can, and he does have that power to turn your life or that situation, whatever you're facing, around. So rethink it and talk to him. Number 4, Remember that it is the devil trying to keep you isolated. He doesn't want you to get through it. He doesn't want you to get better. And ultimately, he wants to destroy you. He wants to end your life, or he wants you to engage in all the bad things, in everything bad possible, just to say he won and he was able to do it to you. And that's not okay. You have to fight against that. You gotta fight against it. You gotta get through it. You have to fight with everything in you, because when you're depressed, you are fighting for your life. I don't know if you know that, but when you're depressed, you are fighting literally for your life. You're fighting for your life, your sanity, your happiness, your peace of mind, peace period, and whatever, peace in your job, your home, peace period. You're fighting for everything in your life when you're depressed. It is one of the hardest things that you can go through, especially because depression, more often than not, is attached to something that you're going through in life. So it's not like, oh, randomly I just got depressed. Some people do go through that, but most of the time it is something going on in your life, or something going on with you, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, that will let you get to, or that could get you to the point where you're depressed. And then that's when the suicidal thoughts come. That's when you're angry or you're hurt, and everything just trickles from that. So you don't want to stay. That takes me to number 5. You don't want to stay depressed long. You gotta come out of it. I know I said it was temporary. Number 3, it is temporary. You have to remember that it's temporary. And number 5 is that you don't want to stay depressed long. You have to come out of it, because the longer you stay depressed, the more the devil has a grasp on you. The more he can play with your mind, control your thoughts, and make you think and do crazy things, and things that you should not be doing, and things that God don't want you to be doing. He wants you to come to him, and he want to console you. He want to talk to you. He want to tell you, you know what, it's going to be okay, baby. I'm going to turn this around for you. That's what God wants for you. And the devil just want to say, no, kill yourself. I'm going to make you go through this, and that, until you just can't take it no more. You just give up. God wants you to grow from it. The devil wants you to die from it. He wants you to give everything up, everything, your life included. He wants you to give it up. He wants you to give up. You cannot let the devil win. You cannot give up. You cannot give up, because you have something to live for. Whether you think nobody loves you, it don't matter. God loves you. And God has the power to say, hey, you going to heaven, you going to come be at home with me. God loves you. He don't want to see you hurting. He don't want to see you cry. He just wants you to ask for some help so he can help you. Number 6. Wait. Let me go back to number 5. No, number 4. The devil is trying to keep you isolated. You cannot stay isolated. You have to force yourself to call somebody, to text somebody. When you feeling it, you don't got to tell it. Whoever your person is, they should understand. If you don't want to talk about it or what you're going through, you should be able to talk to your person, therapist, friend, whoever, family member, whoever. You should be able to talk to that person and tell them, look, I'm not in a good headspace right now. I'm having one of those moments, or one of those days, or I'm in my head right now and I can't get out. I just need you to stay on the phone with me. I just need to hear something funny, like just something that person should know, or you should be able to tell that person, hey, I need you to do X, Y, and Z for me when I get in this headspace. You have to tell your person And your person has to know you well enough to know what you need to get out of that mindset or to come out of that. So whether you have to train that person or to actually physically tell that person, they should know, because they should be able to listen when you say, hey, I love to sing, or music made me happy, or writing, being around other people, watching this show, or watching something, reading my Bible, whatever the case may be. That person should know, or you have to tell that person what your thing is that can help you get through this. And if you don't want to talk about what you're going through, that person should just only be focusing on how to get you out of that mind state. Or they should just be able to be on the phone with you just to make sure you there and you okay and you're not hurting yourself. I used to self-harm, and I only self-harmed because it felt better than being harmed by other people. It felt better than actually hurting myself, I guess you could say. I went through a lot, and I don't regret what I've been through, because I've been able to go through a lot and still come out on top, because God is just amazing. And he's never left me no step of the way. But I did. I used to self-harm. I'll let that be a video for another day. But it was hard. It was hard. But I had a person. If I wasn't praying and talking to God, if I was so down to the point where I just wanted to stay down, that I didn't want to talk to God, because I didn't want to feel better, or whatever the case was, I did have a person, and that's my bestie. And then suddenly I didn't have a person, and that was when I was in my really low point. God kept me, because I don't think I was praying often. I was on these little zombie medications. Well, I was on some medication. It made me like a zombie. Literally, I couldn't talk. I just would sit there dazed in my dorm room, just looking at the world around me, but I felt nothing. I felt nothing. It was sad. And now that I look back, it was just hard. It was hard. Can't let yourself get to that point. That was when I stopped fighting. One of the times I stopped fighting. You always have to fight. It's a continuous fight. I'm still here today, and that's only by the grace of God, because I wanted to give up so many times. I didn't have the guts to do it myself. Let me just let y'all know that now. I was never, yes, I would have suicidal thoughts, but I never actually could ever go through with killing myself, because at the end of the day, in the back of my mind, I know that I have things, I have something to live for. But that doesn't mean it didn't cross my mind. That doesn't mean it didn't, I used to be in a very bad place. Now I know better. So when the devil really come for me now and try to get me back in that headspace, way before I even get to that point, I'm already knowing it's time to get up out of this. I gotta get up out of this, because I already know where he's trying to take me, and I ain't going back there. I'm not going back there. And you gotta remember that. I forgot what number this is. I think number 6 or 7. I don't remember. I think it's number 6. Talk with yourself often. Speak with yourself. Uplift yourself. Tell yourself, hey, you're beautiful. You're smart. I'm proud of you. You are strong. You don't got to do this. You don't got to do that. You have to uplift yourself. Because sometimes those people ain't going to be there. Sometimes your person ain't going to be there to answer the phone for you. Not because they don't want to be there, but just because they have a life too. Just like with AAs or any kind of substance abuse or all the anonymous things. Just like those things where you have a sponsor, your person is kind of like your sponsor when you're depressed. So sometimes your sponsor is not going to be able to answer the phone for you because they got a life of their own. They go through things too. Everybody's going through something. It may not be what you're going through, but it's always, somebody is always going through something. There's nobody on this earth without hardship that ain't never faced hardship a day in their life. Everybody is going through something, and that's another thing to remember. It's not just you. So remember, you can get through it just like other people can get through it, and you may not work and operate the same way other people do, but that does not mean that you can't get through it. Just like they're able to get through it, God will help you get through it too. You just have to believe, you have to have faith, and you have to be I don't know the word I'm looking for right now, but you just have to know, I'm gonna get through this. You gotta be persistent. You gotta be, I wish I knew the word that I'm trying to say right now. But you will get through it, okay? You will get through it. Number 7 is try to get out the house, try to go walking, exercise, paint, draw, something. Try to get your mind on something else, on things other than yourself. Play with some kids, some family, play video games, something. Get your mind off of the bad thoughts that you're having. You got to get up out of that. You got to do it some way. Number 8, write down how you're feeling. It's good to keep a diary or a journal, so to speak. Doesn't sound very manly to some men, but it's just good to get out how you feel, whether you're gonna keep it or not. You can just write it all out, because when you're writing, and maybe it's just because I have a love for writing, but when you're writing, or record yourself on your phone, write or record, do a video or just an audio. You're more vulnerable when you're talking to yourself, or you're putting things out there and you just like, forget it, I'm just gonna put it all out there. Now me, sometimes I close up. Sometimes when I'm writing and I feel like I'm getting too vulnerable, I close up and I try to just say, I like brush that feeling off, or like whatever, and I'll just stray away from talking about it or writing about how I feel. But it is so important that you don't write it off and don't just say whatever. You got to talk about it. You got to let them emotions out. You got to get them out. Because the more they're trapped in, the more it's going to build up each bad thought that you have, each suicidal thought that you have, and all of that. It's going to keep rising and rising and rising until you just explode. You cannot let it get to that point. You just cannot, because it will eat away at you. It's unhealthy. Depression most often is caused by stress, and stress is a killer. Stress brings on a multitude of problems and health issues, and more depression, anxiety, whatever other thing you can probably think of. It brings about other things. So it's just best that you relieve your stress by taking these things off your mind, or at least putting it out there. Hey, this is how I feel about this, and I'm mad, I'm angry. Okay, once that emotion is established, what are you gonna do about it? It's gonna sound real stupid saying, you know what, I'm angry, you know what, I'm finna go take it out on everybody in the world. If you start talking and really start getting how you feel and your thoughts out there, you're gonna be like, that just sounds dumb. Why would I go out there and hurt other people just because I'm hurt? So the more you talk and the more you get things out there, and the more you're real and honest with yourself, you're gonna realize, like, well, that's dumb. I think I need to do this more than I do that. Like, you're gonna start thinking more rationally the more that you get things out there, if that makes sense. Hope it does. I will be doing a video about anxiety, because I know depression and anxiety goes hand in hand. It's kind of the same thing. but I guess I'll just get more in depth with what anxiety is, because a lot of people don't know what anxiety is, or a lot of people don't know everything that's anxiety related. But I hope you guys liked the tips and things that I had to share with you about how to get through and over depression. You're not gonna ever get over it entirely. I don't think everybody's gonna go through it or encounter it at some point in their life or another, but I just wanted to be able to equip you guys with the tools that you will need and can use to fight it. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. I hope you liked my tips. If you did, leave a comment down below. Let me know some of your coping mechanisms. Let me know something that I missed, something that I can use possibly. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and share with your friends. Tell them about this video. If you know someone that's going through something, especially during this time right now when our lives are very tested, just let them know, hey, I have a video that you can watch that can help you. And if you are a person for someone, or you have a person and you want them to watch, share it and give someone hope, and let them know you can and you will get through it. You just have to believe. Thank you guys so much. Love you. Thank you so much for watching, and have a blessed day. Be safe. Cover up. Stay inside.